Hello, amazing people. Happy Wednesday. This is Dr. Leon coming to you live from sunny San Diego. Welcome to Level Up Academy podcast, guys, where we highlight amazing people. Now, speaking of amazing people, check out all of these 27 amazing souls, because guess what? Yes, I know our anthology was actually since March of this year, but I am taking them for a ride and going to have a Barnes and Noble book signing June 29th. Not everyone, unfortunately, can come. We have Africa, we have Australia, we have Belgium, right? It's an international collaboration project. Speaking of that, I need you guys to check this out. So June 29th at 1 p.m. PST, we have an in-person book signing. The address at Barnes & Noble's is 810 West Valley Parkway, Escondido, California. I believe we're going to have, hopefully, our sister Crystal coming in. And also, we're going to have Harsha added to this list. I cannot wait to meet them in person. We've done so many projects together. And so this is going to be an in-person meeting. I cannot wait for that to happen. It is long overdue. All right, here is an intro before we start. Are you a curious student, eager to learn new skills and make your mark in the world? Or are you a professional seeking to advance your career and unlock your full potential? You need to be equipped with effective soft skills like communication, problem solving, teamwork, and more. The Level Up Academy by Doc Leland bridges the gap between education and employment through transferable skills training. Get the soft skills you need to be more effective at work. Welcome back, guys. Okay, so scan that QR code. We need your help. We need you guys to pre-order our book or order our book online. Send it to Barnes and Nobles because we will be there. And we are also, for those of you who are able to come, we are going to have a giveaway in person to make sure that whoever buys our book, our fans, our readers, are going to get more than just a book. They're going to basically be part of the process of all the change, right? Be the change you want to see in the world, where guess what? We are changing that world one person, one reader at a time. Okay. Yes, this is the book, guys, right? I cannot wait. It's just so amazing. Before I forget, I want to talk about this tomorrow. This is going to be the first time that Sharon is going to be in Level Up Academy, in terms of really getting deep in who she is and what she is all about and what she does for the community. And of course, you guys know Dr. New, so it will air in our TV show. Our TV show, actually, if you're watching and if you're wondering also, for the demographics, because I'm looking for sponsors in there as well, is that we have Roku channel, Apple TV, Amazon, Google Play, all of these amazing channels, LG, Samsung, we just added as well. So it will be at 9 a.m. PST tomorrow. And then 50 inspirational connections. I like to give back huge hours and amount of hours for Level Up Academy to elevate the community on LinkedIn. So if you haven't applied, please apply. We are still taking a application. I know that the due date is June 30th, but if I get a lot, then I want to read, I will close it early. So I am looking for 50 inspirational connections on LinkedIn. We have leaders like Annie. Annie will be here in about 9:30. He's also in the middle of stuff that he's doing. So this is my opportunity to thank my people on LinkedIn for always working. Just because I'm not engaging with you on your profile doesn't mean I'm not watching you. I am always watching. I am always making sure that when you say you are heart-centered, that you are actually giving people a chance to get to know you, and through your actions, I will see. So this is that QR code. Go ahead and apply. I have about 25 already. I am looking for 50. So once it gets to be too much application, I will close it early, but technically it is all the way to June 30th. But I am one person reading this application. I do have leaders, but I want them to be on the reaction side of your video. Do not send your video in, but think about when you apply, think about creating a 5-minute video of really why you started your business, right? This is a good process for you to really think about, why did I start my business, right? And then from the why, what are you doing for your community with that why? Okay, so there's 50 inspirational connections. You have to apply. I'm going to send you an email. Once you receive an email that you got in, then you can send me the video. We'll send you the Google Drive to send your video in. Okay. Speaking of press release, I'm looking for press releases. I'm gonna have an announcement right now that in month of July, my birthday is 7/11. And I wanted to do something back again for my community. Everything I do is through my mission, which is to level up the world through education, right? And in order for us to educate, we need to actually collaborate with as many people as we can, right? I do have a brand that I am creating, and I have been creating, and I've been working. So if I don't engage in your brand, that means there's something in your brand that might not align with mine. That doesn't mean that I judge you for what you do. It just means that it doesn't align with my brand. That's the reason why I am not engaging in that part, right? We are a professional brand. We want to make sure that we are helping the community. And there's a lot of mental wealth and health wellness that I did for May. But June is going to be focused on elevating, right? Visibility is my focus in June. That's the reason why I am creating that 50 inspirational connections. In July, it's going to be a lot of press releases. So the press release, usually I will write about 800 to 1,000 words on this one. And if you look right there, which industry do you need press release? Literally any industry, right? I cover any industry. With this press release, you can actually go to Google News, AP News, Google, Yahoo, ABS, CBS, Fox. These are just some. And I'll show you exactly today what the press release looks like once I do engage in your press release. On top of that, you will occasionally be on my podcast as well on MP3, right? That's 100 countries. So visibility is where we align and shine. But you have to pay to play in some of these visibilities because it does cost us money at Level Up as well. Now, in terms of press release, I'm going to share with you what the press release looks like. So that way you know exactly, hey, CJ, what does that press release look like when it comes to creating, right? So this is the press release. And I have to test everything on my own to make sure that it works for you. So Level Up Academy will fork out money to test all of these software, all of these press releases to ensure that everything is smooth. So my clientele that I have started with is, of course, my dear sister, Susanna. And she has been on multiple magazines all at once. And then the press release actually is for me, if you have budget constraint, honestly, the press release is a little bit hefty, but also is the one that gives you the most visibility all over the world. Like in 1 second, one that I write, you go on like 200 to 700 links, guys. It's crazy. So this, you could go to Google News, AP News. Okay, so watch. Google News, if I click on it, let's say Google News, you'll basically show up here once the Level Up is here. See results for Level Up. You kind of click on that because we get a lot of press releases. It will all be there, right? For Google News, AP News, everything that you do. So it's a very specific, like, remember that you're competing with billions. So when it comes to press releases, like, CJ, I can't find my name, coming up in there. It won't come up like super right away when you do it because it takes a while. There's billions of people who are doing that. All of these people right now that are on press releases, right? All Enterprise Times, about Amazon, all of these people have their own PR team. Literally think of us as your PR team that will help you create your visibility map, right? Everyone wants to be visible. Everyone wants to create their own map. Everyone wants to make sure that they're seen by their possible customers, right? But here's the thing with Level Up. We make sure that we provide everything that you need in terms of leveling you up, okay? When it comes to, let me show you another one that I'm doing for the magazine, which is June. I am partnering with Jen Lin. I know she's also busy, so we're all busy, right? We're trying to make sure that we can represent everywhere with the people that's so affordable for the community. This one is called Level Up Circle. This is an online and a physical magazine. If you're in the US, you can order this as well once you're in the magazine physically. So this is what the magazine would look like physically, right? And then it literally is the same as online that you see. So right here, you will see the magazine. Okay, let me see if I can flip it for you, right? I will be writing this for you. So I have a questionnaire that I would give you. I would write it for you. If you have a book coming up, if you have a launch of a movie coming up, if you have a coaching program coming up, right? Anything that's coming up for you, you definitely need to be in this magazine. We are looking for top 10. I'm only accepting 10 right now. Top 10 inspirational leaders in here. So this is my dear sister, Danielle. This is Scott Raven, right? And basically their vision, the gratitude for inspiration. My dear sister Susanna was on Australia's Entrepreneur magazine, Auspreneur. So I will write for you guys. Sindel was also there, right? She's an amazing talent members. Dear sister Christine, right? This is hers. Dr. New was also on this episode. Of course, our brother Mike. And then, right, community is all about community building. And then Jacqueline, right? She's an expert in illuminating for transformation. And then my dear sister Sandra, our Marine sister officer, right? Retired, but she's amazing. And then, of course, if you're looking for sponsorship, she's like, CJ, I can't afford the magazine, but I would love to sponsor the magazine itself with my logo. Then I can put your logo in there. It's also on here. Let's see here. It's also printed on here on the physical book, right? So you can have physical and online. So that is what Level Up Academy provides for you. But let's go ahead and check out our comments as we wait for everyone to see what Annie has to do, right? What's up, sister from Sacktown? Yes, happy Wednesday. Omar, I'm so glad that you're here. Annie will be coming in about 14 minutes. This is what I have to tell you guys. Okay, there's a lot of things I want to talk about actually. The first thing is tips. When you guys are invited to anybody, I don't care who it is, podcasts, audio rooms, your job is to share the event, especially if you're invited, like invited really by DMs, right? Your job, especially if you're going to be here, is to bring in your network. The point of linking in is to LinkedIn. That means if you're invited, then you got to share. Thank you for 700 people coming in live right now on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. But this is what I have to say for success, right? Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Whatever you're feeling right now, whatever you're going through right now, it's temporary. It's not permanent, okay? Yes, that exactly. Annie will be here soon. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. Think about that. Whatever our doubts today affects your tomorrow. Okay. So make sure that you guys are creating that amazing things in your life and think positive thoughts. Whatever that's negative, that's lingering in your head, try to think positive thoughts. You guys are so crazy, amazing. Omar and Crystal saying hello to everybody. And of course, thank you for being here. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the press wire that I am doing for press releases. I am actually I'm hoping. Please help me. Please help me hope. I'm hoping that I can. So press release, how it works is it only works, by the way, if you have something coming up, like something that you're putting out there for the people to know. That's why it's called a press release, right? But the difference is that it's all about brand awareness. Don't expect it to like, oh, I'm going to have a lot of sales because I'm on press release. No, what it is literally me having like a loudspeaker, but everywhere. The more people that follow or have subscribers, the more that it amplifies your message, right? And my goal is to hit 100K in YouTube and 100K in Instagram. Right now, they're both at 60, both hovering at 60,000 subscribers in each. So I'm hoping by the end of the year, we will get to 100,000. So here's the thing. When you do press release, what you're doing is brand awareness. And the difference between marketing and brand awareness is that marketing has a lot of aspects. We're talking branding, which is your logo, your tagline, your color scheme, your font, right? Consistency. The branding awareness part is literally just information, right? And then you have your sales team right here. So you have the branding, logo, all the tagline, all that. Then you have your brand awareness team, okay? The brand awareness team does not necessarily sell things that way, right? The sales teams, you have to have a funnel system. The brand awareness team are the loudspeaker. Think of like when you have on your concert. Imagine if the singer just sings there and dance and like the mic doesn't work. And you have 100,000 people. No one can hear you sing. You look good. You're ready. You have everything ready. You practice hours and hours and hours, but the mic doesn't work. It's not connecting to the loudspeaker, right? That's literally you. In 100,000 people, the mic is not connecting. That mic and that connection to your loudspeaker is the brand awareness. That is what it is. Brand awareness is not necessarily telling you, but it is amplifying you. Now you have the sales team right here, the ticket booth, the people, your manager, the people who's collecting information. Those are your sales funnel, those sales people. You have to do that. You have to network, ask people, get an affiliate link, get all of those people together. Those are your sales team. Okay. So when you think of marketing up here, think of branding, sales funnel, and then think of your branding people for logo, right? And then brand awareness. The reason that companies like Apple and Google and Starbucks are so amazing, it's because their branding is already there, the marketing is already there. If you are a solopreneur, it's so difficult because you're alone. And that's why you need people like us at Level Up to amplify your message. You need people like Tanya Everhart that does branding and logo. You need people to work for the sales team. You need people to work, for the affiliates. You need all of those people, right, to help you when you are a solopreneur or an entrepreneur. Networking with people is the best way to do that. But you've got to be kind. Don't be a user. Okay, the people that goes around town saying support doesn't matter because it's you who did it. Really? Really? If no one supported you, if no people are here, you would be talking on your own in thin air. You would not be able to do what you have to do without support. So if you're that type of people in my circle, get out of my way. It's not going to happen. I will support you if you support me. It's called reciprocity. Hounds of Business Community, Mike Asherbanner, is so good at community. My sister Susanna is so good at helping and supporting. Right? I have so many sisters. Crystal is here. Omar is here, right? Support. Speaking of my sister, she's right there, right? Dr. New is good at supporting people, right? She has an amazing story. Happy Wednesday. Hello, Quinn, Kaylin. I actually need to Zoom with you and meet up with you for sure, okay? Hello to all amazing creators. Yes, Gabe, we miss you, brother. Here's another thing. On Sunday, last Sunday, guys, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I thank God for my dear sister, Susanna. She saves my behind. I went to not comic convention, Monster Palooza, because we do that once a year twice a year with my family. And there was a long line for Shaggy, the actor for Scooby Doo. My daughter loves them. We were online. There was hundreds of people online. It started at 11. And then I started panicking, and I was like, I don't think I'll be able to go for a long time. And I didn't. I was stuck in traffic coming home. San Diego's craziness in traffic. So I was planning it to be there, and I didn't have a chance to do the id, ego, and the super ego for your business. You guys need to learn what id, ego, and super ego. People's like, oh my God, you're so egotistical. Seriously, do you even know what ego means? Right? We are so overusing it. Psychologists are so overusing it. Do you know what that ego means? Your ego is actually your neutralizer, right? Your ego is not the I'm so good, I'm so aspirational. Your ego is actually your neutralizer. So I would love to share that with you guys on Sunday. I'm going to try it again this Sunday. But this guy right here, it's not sponsored, okay? I just like his work. Right here, Jim McKinsey. I met him. He's such an amazing artist, right? It took him like, I don't know, 2 years to make this potato head. I met him in person, and I tag him on Instagram. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, my stats on live view on Instagram is like average maybe 2 to 400 views, right? I tagged this guy. I had 5,000, almost 6,000 views in 24 hours. That is called collaboration, people. Okay, that is called collaboration. If you don't collaborate, you are not going anywhere. But also, when you're collaborating with people, be thankful, be grateful. Don't keep using them. Make sure you're be thankful or you're grateful. If people put you on projects and things like that, be thankful and be grateful. How do you do that? How you do it is you give information out and also ask your other network to help you. Okay, but this is what I did. I know I'm into makeup, guys. These are makeup palettes that I got at Monster Palooza. Okay, I mean, they're so amazing, guys. I just tag. The one thing I love is because it is vegan free, cruelty free, and talc free. Again, they're not my sponsors. I'm literally just highlighting because they're so amazing. So my makeup right today is from that palette. Literally, let me see which palette I used today. This palette right here. I use the Space Invaders, and I also use this palette, pink. Okay, so if you see makeup lately or recently, this is what I'm using for that. Now, when it comes to people who are trying to be famous, right? That's what our topic today, by the way, is from unknown to unstoppable, mastering online fame to skyrocket sales. Okay, we'll talk about that. But for me, what I want you to realize is that ask yourself, why do you want to be famous? What is it about being famous that you want? Do you know even what that means? Because a lot of these people who are famous, if you've seen them, right, they are getting into so much trouble. We're talking drugs and alcoholism, right? We're talking getting into trouble with the law. All of these things that are happening. It's crazy. Now, speaking of hounds of business, by the way, this afternoon at 4 p.m. PST, Susanna, Danielle, Dr. New, and myself are going to join Mike Asherbanner, the Hounds of Business community. So I will engage with you there as well. And that is all about community and collaboration. Okay, so let me go ahead and ask you. Go ahead and put it in there. Hi, Tina. I haven't seen you in a while. I want to actually ask you guys, okay, what are you doing right now that makes you feel unstoppable? There's days where you're like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do anything, right? What are you doing right now that makes you unstoppable? I want to know. Hi, Miguel. You need to come back to live stream for sure. What are you doing that makes you unstoppable? Talk to me. What are some of the thought process that you are coming in that are coming up for you, right? Oh, thank you. What are some of those? So great to see life is good. Yes, I know. Gabe is coming back, right? Sharon, yes. Sharon is going to be here tomorrow. I would love to highlight people to elevate them and amplify their message. Support is everything, guys. But don't be a user and saying, support is nothing. It's you who did it. Of course it's you. But without your support, you got nothing. Okay? Keep that in mind. I will never say, oh, it's just support. You have to make sure that you align your brand with some people. Okay? That's a lot. Thank you for making things we need accessible. Yes, we do a lot. We do publishing. We do press releases. We do live stream. We do TV shows. Our radio show, by the way, is also. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So this Sunday, okay, there's another announcement. I'm gonna give away one of the business leaders that are watching Level Up as Face and Inspirational Leader feature in June. So all you have to do this Sunday is to come. And then once you come in, you basically engage in YouTube because TV. So Thursday and Sunday doesn't have LinkedIn. It doesn't work on LinkedIn. So it's just TV. Come in and we do a drawing, just like always. And then from that drawing, we are going to be picking one inspirational leader to feature in this magazine as well. Okay. Another thing I wanted to do is not only give you guys discount on press release. I'm trying to, okay, press releases, you need, when you buy, you can only have 2 weeks to get it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can, I'm allowed, I'm still asking right now, if I can cut off $1,000 off on press release and also make it where you actually buy it in July, but actually, I think they might only give it in 2 weeks. I don't know. Buy it in July and then use the press release that you bought that doesn't expire 6 months instead of 2 weeks because expiration and press release are 2 weeks. So I want to give you guys like 6 months. So anything that comes up in 6 months and we can use your press release. Again, I don't know if it's going to happen. Pray with me that they're going to say yes. This is such huge advantage for those who are thinking of doing some amazing things. Is that a hat or a headband? A headband. I have a lot of headbands. I love headbands. I have a lot of hair, right? We know this, Mike. We know this. Don't tear the pages. Flip gently. You're so funny. No, I love, see, the paper in this thing is very thick. You hear that? It's very thick, Mike. And I love your feature in this. You're also on my Instagram. You're also going to be on my TikTok. I have TikTok as well on there. So hopefully, and he is kind of late, hoping that he is still able to come. Um, he is always on audio rooms. That's where he hangs out. So if you find him in audio rooms, tell him it's time to come in for sure, right? And also, I want to see if you guys are okay. I'm thinking my sisters and I, Susanna and myself, and Danielle really is thinking of doing. We're gonna do an anthology again in July, August. So we're gonna offer one in July, but we don't really have. At least me, it's gonna be my turn to do another anthology. The book will come out in September, so we need a theme. We have an idea of a theme. Like if you are a parent, think about the daughters and the sisters out there and what's your message to your future great great grandkids and great great granddaughters, right? About women. But we need some theme and we need some title. Can you guys help us? We're going to have a contest for sure. Um, Maybe. Hi, Lewis. I never feel unstoppable. Lewis, we're going to change that. Come talk to me. Um, it really, okay, everybody has problems. If you focus on your problem so much, that's all you're going to be focusing in. Your energy is like, oh my God, I have this issue. I have this issue. That's all, your entire brain. Remember that your brain, 5 to 10% is conscious, 90 to 95% is subconscious. Whatever you focus on, you're feeding to that subconscious daily, day in, day out. If you feed it negativity, that's all you're going to get. It's like, I want corn. Okay, but you planted onions. How are you going to get corn? It's not happening, right? It's the same thing. If you put positive things in your thoughts, if you put, it's not being delusional. Okay, some people are like, oh my God, that's so delusional. You need to come back to earth. I am on earth. My feet are it's literally on the ground. But here's the thing. When your energy is focused on the positive things you're going to harvest. I'm not saying you're going to totally 100% stop that negativity because it ain't, right? When you are surrounded with people like Lewis, you can do it. What are you working on right now? You got a project? Perfect. Let's announce it. Let's get people riled up. When you get that feeling of full support, you will feel unstoppable. Your actions reverberate through like a ripple effect on what you're doing. And sometimes, too, people don't tell you how well you're doing because they're just watching you, right? It is nice to be told, wow, you're amazing, you're doing great things. Sometimes people don't know who you are. Why do you think I do this? It's because I want to make sure that people know who you are, what you're doing, and how you're doing it. You could never have enough visibility, right? You could never have it. Hello, brother Ollie. I know. I miss you, bro. Where are you? Are you back? Are you back in Belgium or are you in Italy and Germany and God knows where? I can't keep up. Chocolate from Belgium. Oh, Trinidad. Did you see that? Trinidad. What are you doing in Trinidad? I want to know what's happening in Trinidad. I love to draw. Yeah, this guy is sculpting. So, I have a lot of people that are sculpting. I actually on my Instagram, if you go, there is a lady that's famous for Hollywood people. Oh, okay. So when I hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, I will be interviewing some Hollywood people, right? I'm going to interview some Hollywood people to come into my YouTube because I want to make sure that they are also highlighted with us, right? They are just like us. We are people no matter what we do. It doesn't matter what we do without support, without people believing in you, you will feel crappy, feel like shit, really, right? Can I say that? I just said it. I always think like, okay, CJ, don't say it, but my mouth is faster than my brain. Stop me. So I want to make sure that you're doing that. I don't know if any is able to come now because he is definitely 6 minutes late. But here's the thing. Hi, Angelica. Angelica is in San Diego, guys. She also has a kids book, by the way, that she is putting it out there. And when I asked Angelica, hey, why are you doing this kids book? And she said, I really want to do this kids book because of the fact that I want to help those children to have positive things in their life, to make sure that whatever impact that I'm doing in this lifetime helps them, helps create them and their thoughts in a positive manner. How amazing is that? And Angelica is fun. Angelica, you're coming on June 29th, right? Because you're going to meet some amazing people. Back in Belgium, 10 days, my friend from Trinidad visited Brussels and gave me 100% cook. Ooh, so that's why you're going? You're back from vacation. Good. I'm glad. Growth mindset is the key. Yes, Sister Danielle, it is the key to anything that you want to open up, right? Um, Hopefully, any, like I said, is coming. If he's not, then he's not. So let's talk about it. I have some thoughts on how to be unstoppable and how to master online fame to skyrocket your sales. Okay. I've been following him for I would say 6 months, starting January of this year. I mean, I've known him last year, but I didn't really follow. I was too busy doing other things. But I've seen him where he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop on helping people, but mainly his thing is audiograms. I know he does publishing as well with books and things like that, and he helps out with publicity. But all I know that he does is definitely on audiograms. He's big on multiple audiograms. If you see him, he's always on audiograms with other people. If you really study and watch people's behavior and what they do, you can actually reveal their secrets, quote unquote, and I'm taking air quotes. If you look at how people get famous, it's because they're consistent. They're always there. They're amazing at what they do. Their message aligns with their actions, right? Oh, Annie is here. So let's see if we can show up, right? Aligning your actions is so important for your, not only for your brand, but also for anything that you're selling. Okay. Here comes Annie, guys. Are you ready?
Hello. How are you doing?
Good. I'm like, guys, if you see any in audio rooms, tell him he's late. Come over.
Oh, well, I'll tell him myself I'm late tonight, but then they just carry on talking, don't they? They just keep
Yeah,
talking. Two more come up. You're like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
no.
Yeah,
Listen, I'm so glad that you're here, right? Let's talk about there's about 800 people right now watching us on YouTube.
wow.
811, right? So I
Wow.
want to know who is Emmy?
I had a feeling you're gonna ask that sort of question. Okay. Who is any? I guess I think I am. I'm a dream maker. That's one way of looking at myself. But essentially, I found a way to focus my efforts on making people seen, heard, and liked, trusted, and ultimately live their dream life by helping more people. It's a complex mix of what I do and how I describe how I see what I do. No, but essentially, I want people to know who my friends are who are doing great things. There's many ways we do that. So, I said my joy comes from clever ways to do that, I guess. When I started marketing a few years ago, I realized marketing as we know it, ads, social media, website, and email. It's expensive, right? Most can't expect, most can't afford all, one of those, let alone all of those, for long enough. So I resolved to find clever ways, and LinkedIn is one of the ways I found to progress my mission, to help people to get seen, heard, and ultimately sell more. Now, so LinkedIn is one of the things I do now. So luckily for me, I found LinkedIn Audio. From being someone who doesn't talk in public, suddenly I found myself talking in public all day and all night half the time. And then also, so I guess my other real passion is helping people to write and publish their books. I don't write the books. I just, I publish books and I sell books. So my first book is coming out. I just know I can say I'm an author now because I published my first book. And of course, being any, it's a group book. So essentially, it's about giving visibility to my other 8 co-authors. Really, yes. I organize it. I'm saying literally, it's about giving everyone, more, making everyone authors really, which is just it's a glorious thing. I think when you have the opportunities that the abilities that we have, it's kind of a remarkable world. It's a weird thing, right? It's a great thing.
It is. And it's so weird because I was telling them, like, I've known Annie since last year, but I didn't really watch you until about starting of January of this year, right?
Hmm.
And I usually study people that I'm interested in and looking at them in a more focused lens, right? To kind of study, like, okay, what does Annie do and how does Annie do it? And what I found is that you are very consistent and you are definitely a collaborator. That's like an easy word to say, but it's
Yeah.
more than that. It's the collaboration. Because what are some of your thoughts when people are like, support is really just that support. It's really you who's doing it. That's you don't worry about support.
No, again, it's a weird one, right? Collaboration, yes. Most of the things I do are with other people because I want to give them the stage. Given the choice, I'll happily sit back and no one sees me. Given the really, in all areas of life, my business, my dream is to be the worker, not the owner. Almost, if I had someone else who was going to do the bits I do as the owner, as a founder, I happily sit in the background and just work away every day, just enjoy the minutia, the boring stuff of business. I love that. I love sending DMs all day. I love the boring stuff. But I say I meet people and then they say, "Show your face." I'm like, "Do I have to? Okay, fine." No, but then I suppose I have to realize part of that of me showing my face is that my friends come along. We'll build networks on LinkedIn especially, and I'm lucky to have friends on LinkedIn who they're real friends. They will come and say, I'm looking at all these comments, Jessica's comments. I'm saying literally, they're my friends because I've met them. And I know they know what I do. I know what they do. We support each other. We're part of a community, really. This was part of our program, this 15 Influential People thing, right? So,
Yeah, I know. And I at first, like when I read it, I'm like, oh, I guess it's too busy. Fine, thank you. And then you went in all your rooms like, DJ, I think you're reading it wrong. I'm like, what? Read it again.
yeah, I think my answer was like, why would I say no? And then you were like, oh no. I'm like, no, what do you think you've read? Really? Of course I love to do. Of course I love to be part of that.
Guys, I have ADHD, so I read really quickly. So that word probably flipped the. Of
Mm,
course, I'm like, it's double negative. It's gotta go.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
bye. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So thank you for that grace. And that's another thing that it's not an excuse. People like CJ, you're saying it so much. Like my daughter, Mom, you're saying you have ADHD for everything. It seems like it's an excuse. I'm like, no, it's literally a highlight that give
Mm,
me grace, guys, because
mm.
my brain works differently than most people, right? So thank you for giving me grace, Annie.
No, there is a British way of doing things, of saying things that we know we understand, but the rest of the world finds a bit odd. So I fully know. I can see why you read it a different way, and I answered it in the British kind of way. and I knew what I meant. If no one
Like,
else
I
does.
know what I was saying, CJ. Just read it again. I'm like, oh, geez, I did that again. So it's not the first time. I'm like, oh, I meant to say yes. I'm sorry, Eddie.
Yeah, I say, no, it's
Well,
a joy to be part of your program. It really is.
here's the thing. I really want to know why. Okay, you don't say no to a lot of people,
I
but
do. I do. I do. I do.
you do.
I say no every day, really.
Okay, so now I'm privileged. I want to know why you said yes to me.
Look, I love things that help people. I love things that work. I love things that are different. I've made one of my cornerstones in business, innovative things. So I want to do things that are different. I want to be part of things that are truly going to help people that others are not doing. I say, no, my services, yes, they work, but at the heart of them is there's a difference in there, and also there's a long lasting impact thing for me, right? I think your program. I was aware of it last year. I talked like a baby. I was like, I'm not going to record a video. That's just me, right? And then, but no, but I can see the impact it can have on people's lives. It could truly transform people from doing great things to do even more, even greater things.
Yep.
It fits everything that I believe and everything that I'm trying to do.
I
You know,
think sometimes it takes only one person to truly believe in you, and then it catapults and ignites that passion inside you. You're like, wow, I can do this. What?
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
And people believing in you that you have more than what it takes, and you just need, because I think people really already have the tools that they need to be
Mm.
unstoppable.
Mm.
But it's our mind that shackles our potential, like just shackles it because of fear, of anxiety, of constant rejection, of
Mm.
trying something. But maybe you have ADHD and you have a really good project in your head and it just doesn't materialize because you're like, it was good, but now it just, oh, it just
Mm.
fell apart. You need an Annie, you need a CJ in your life to like, let's
Truly.
go, we can do it. And so thank you for saying yes to me. And yes, Ollie's like, never say no to whatever CJ or Annie. Yeah, because you know why? You guys know we're here for the community. I spent hundreds of hours last year editing because I edit my own videos, and Noni helped me on one other projects for Ollie actually. Because we're a community, we help each other because we are down sometimes, and it's really fun to see other people elevate themselves and blossom. Like for me, when I see Crystal from I don't want to do this to having two books and all this, I'm like, yes, Crystal, right? Because I see it. Susanna's like, I'm right here in the corner. She has her own show now. She has
Mm.
her own book. She has her own. I just like, wow, speechless. Like when I see people catapult from the projects that I do and boost them, it makes me so happy that I made a difference in someone's life, right? How do you master online fame?
I think the way you just said it, that's part of the answer why when I said yes, I want to be part of this because I've seen those two especially. I've seen them change. I've seen them transform. I met Crystal again a couple of days ago. I'm saying literally, the Crystal I knew from last year is a whole different person. And it is you being behind them. It's you being beside them. That is. I remember seeing Susanna on in an audio or live stream with Paul. So that's last year sometime. Again, it was someone just new on LinkedIn the way I saw it. Maybe she wasn't new, but I'm saying like she came across as someone new. Now look where she is now. Like you say, that's what life's all about. To meet people who actually do what they say, not just talk about it. It's remarkable. And now the question you ask, online fame, it's part of what your program is really. It's about networking, about building relationships, it's about building that community of people, having people who truly support you, who are people that you can help, people that you can impact. The help is not always about selling and making money. Help is about, you share what you know. You never know what someone's going to take away from it, and people are watching all of us. So part of what we do is build that network of people and just plant those seeds. It might just be one sentence that we say today that's going to someone's going to go away with and say, I can do that too. I can banish that fear. Maybe if I try, if I do it, again, I talk mindset every day because it's transformed my life literally. I was doing what, no, I'm quite successful. I have been for years, but literally learn that mindset, that how to banish your fears, how to, you know, dare to dream, dare to do is what I always say. Literally, don't just dream. If you dare to dream and you actually dare to do it, imagine what could be. Imagine what could be, the what if, and life really is full of those endless possibilities. So all those things, they make sense and they become easier when we have a network. Trying to do it by ourselves, can it be done? Maybe, but it's so much harder. Everything in my business is about collaboration. I can't say that enough, really. I do books. I got a business partner who does the writing side. I do my side, right? I do bestseller campaigns. Again, our partners who create the software that we use. I'm saying everything I do is with collaborations all the way through. Most of my audio rooms, 98% are all collaborations. They were all collaborations with one, and I 100% at one time. But sometimes people drop out, and I'm like, the mission's too good to say no to, so I'll do it myself until I find another partner. But collaborations, making those friends, is how you get famous, right? I don't say that glibly at all. That is. Now, see, look, I work with people every day, right? They say to me, I want to be famous. I'm like, do you really? Really? Okay. How serious are you, right? And I normally tell them stories about people who have become famous. You being a perfect example. Say, we mentioned Crystal, we mentioned Susanna. Again, my friend Paulette, Paulette, right? She's the epitome of one of those people who has come from nowhere to become really famous. And just by being herself and by showing up. To be famous, people think I have to do something out of this world. You don't, if you do something out of this world, that just helps, right? But you must show up. You must be part of the community. You must, you know, it's part of the journey is, are you really willing to help people? Are you really willing to be there for other people? I'm not saying necessarily, throw your service at them. I'm saying literally, on LinkedIn, you have to, don't come to my worst people, the ones that give me stress are my clients, my friends who turn up once every 2 weeks, do an audio room, and then go away again. He doesn't see them at all. I tell them, and I sit them all down, and I tell them, spend your days on LinkedIn. I'm not saying spend every hour. I'm saying just be there in case there's someone you can help. Offer a conversation where you can. It costs you nothing. Maybe you get a client. Maybe you don't get a client. Maybe they get a client out of you. Maybe they don't. But at least you've made a friend. That will bring benefits and good time. Because whenever you see them, whenever they see you, whenever they see your post, your video, they think, "Oh, I know that person. I actually know that person." That is how you get famous, really. So I mentioned Paulette because Paulette, before her book launch, called everyone on her list, on her email list. She called all of them on the phone physically. I said, that's remarkable. I don't know anyone else who does that. I said, that's when you actually get to know people on a personal level. They're your friends. That's fame. Nothing else matters. Nothing else counts as real fame. The rest of it is superficial, hogwash, really. It's a lie to ourselves, right? But so that those who truly take the time to get to know people, help where you can, or just be a friend. That those relationships come back to benefit all of us. That's what I try and create in my friends and the geniuses I get to work with.
I love that because that's really authenticity on its form, right? Like all of these people that are coming in here, like Ollie, I have sideline conversation. It's not just like, oh, or just texts or whatever. We literally like have audios like, hey, bro, are you okay? I call people when I feel like their energy is low or they're not showing up, just case, because after COVID, people's loneliness has skyrocketed, right? Social media has made it where we only interact in social media. So,
Mm.
like for example, Angelica, Angelica, right?
Of course.
I've never met her for a long time. We tried to do it. She lives literally like miles away from my house. And we're like, this is getting ridiculous. We need to meet. And she's like, yes. So we had lunch. We had great time to
Mm.
get to know each other and the amazing things that, that she's doing and the amazing things that we're doing. And yesterday I had another sister to talk to me. She's like, I just want you to know that PR is PR. There's a lot of people that PR. She goes, what is different with your PR is that once the project is done, you don't let go. You keep
Mm.
going. And I'm not paying you anymore, but you still keep going. Why is that, CJ? And I said, because I don't see you as a dollar sign. I see you as a
Like,
person.
you
See you
care.
as yeah, yeah,
That's the word. It's
right?
like it's care. Actually interested and truly invested in knowing the people that that we know. That's how it's done. So those who don't care, it shows. And then they say to you, LinkedIn doesn't work, and you're like, no. I tell them, no, you don't work. That's the problem.
You don't
you know,
work. Bye.
it's
Talk to
true.
you.
you know,
Oh, Omar is there. Oh my
how you
gosh. Exactly. We see you guys as family. These are family that you choose. These are not blood related, but it's family that you hang out because you get a good vibe from them. They give you positive energy. It's not stroking your ego like you're good. It's not that. It's a feeling of like, wow, that belongingness, right? That belongingness that people understand what you're feeling right now, even though they truly not 100% understand, but they're going through and they genuinely care. And that's the vibe that I'm getting from you. And Crystal, actually, last year, I asked her to be in 50 Inspirational, and she's like, what am I doing on video? No way I'm going to do a video. Like, I can't. Right.
Mm.
But this year, she volunteered. She's like, CJ, I'm ready this year. I'm like, it comes once a year and I don't push. It's because when you're ready. But I planted that seed last year that you
Mm.
can do it. Right. And that is, my heart just gets so big. I'm like, oh my God, she's doing it this year. It's because it's that amazing thing that we don't know what people are going through. And everybody wants to help everybody. But some people, Emmy, they're on my user category.
Yeah. It's
How do you
sad.
deal with that?
It's I leave them be as long as I'm not asked to be part of their using people. Then I'm you do use what I say, and hopefully they'll find people like them. I don't know whether that's good or bad. But that's why I look at it. I say, no, hopefully you find people like them.
Oh, that's so good.
Everyone's got a tribe, right?
Oh my God. Can you imagine? That would actually probably help them realize who they are
Mm.
if you think about it. Right? Because if you keep using people and you find people like them, they're gonna use them to like, why are you using me? And they're probably like, no, you're using me. I'm like, that good chaotic conversation. I want to be there. I have a popcorn watching. I'm like, wow, this is a great conversation.
Something's got to change, right? Something has to change.
Yeah. Well, we are towards the end. I know you came in a little bit late and I wanted to extend it. I don't know if you have the time because I know you're busy.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Okay, good. So let's talk about projects. I mean, how does people, when they engage in selling and funnel system is what I've always asked. I'm like, well, I'm going to ask any. How do you, okay, you seem like you're everywhere too. Like we are literally two peas in the
Mm.
everywhere too, right? How
Mm.
do you master that online visibility without destroying your personal abilities like family, friends in real life?
Yeah. I could say it's not easy, but it's easy if you make it easy. Again, see, for years I thought business and personal life was two separate things. I mean, no one's going to see my wife and I together or my kids and I together anywhere on social media. We just don't do that. Right. So I just kept them very separate. My business is my business. I have an office. I do what I do, right? Every so often I go downstairs and see them. You know. So then I learned that the whole point of what we do is for the family, right? To give them the life that we want to give them, financial freedom, happiness, anything that all those things, right? So I think having the why, it sounds cliche, but it's not cliche at all. I think if you're truly driven by a mission, and you learn to find fun in what you do, then I was talking about this last night. That saying, if you find something you enjoy doing, you never do a day's work in your life. That's how I truly feel. I'm just having fun. I'm using. I find a way to use my talents, my it's not obsessions, the things I like doing, right? My quirks. Maybe that's what it is, right? That was a clever kid, and I'm lucky to have a decent memory still. I say that because I might deserve Alzheimer's tomorrow for all I know, right? I can, I'm not. I feel blessed. I can still, when I meet people and I remember them, I connect with them, right? So for all that, it helps me. I've got the passion and the drive. I want to achieve big things, and I've got the drive to do so. And I guess one of my beliefs in life truly is that if you want something, you have to work for it sometime. Either you're going to work for it now or you're going to work for it later. Take your pick, but you must work for it sometime. You might get lucky to start and get somewhere, but if you don't work for it, it will disappear. So I'm willing to put the work in to achieve my happiness, to achieve the goals I want to achieve. So I'm just blessed. I'm blessed that I've managed to. I've done something others don't do, Dr. Constance. All right, I tell you what it is. This is probably the answer to your question. See, for years I was doing everything. When you do marketing, you do it. You went to do the funnel. You're doing emails. You're doing websites. You're doing social media. You're doing everything. The market research for people, and so on and so forth. And my coach kept telling me, "Anthony, that's not how you do it. You can do it. You achieve more by doing less." I'm like, and that's just dumb. Really? Anyway, you see, then eventually, I find myself where I am today, doing two things, only two things: audio rooms and books. That's where I spend my day. I can still do emails when I want to for a client, if I choose to. But I can essentially all my days are spent doing just audio rooms and books. So what that means is that I find my joy. Every day is a joy. I do what I truly love doing, what has impact, what fuels my dream. My dream is to have 10,000 published books that we've published, not that I've written. I just publish them for other people. Right. I got a bookcase outside. Right. So everything I do is towards that. And when I do that, I just think I'm having fun. Of course, I could work less. I do. I spend time with my kids every day because I got a 15-year-old, and I will spend hours together every evening. Even though I'm here, I will always go and spend time with him for the end of the day. Weekends, even longer. So I've learned to mix work and my personal life. Again, that was so hard for so long because I thought that they were separate things. Now I realize if I've got joy at work, I can have joy in my personal life too. That's a true answer. Literally, I think for years I had no focus. I was just doing right. I was trapped in that circle of some business to get trapped in, and I trapped in where everyone's been, where Crystal's been, where some sure Susanna's been. You're trying, you want to, you get somewhere, and then you hit a wall. You end up so you go around again, and you come back. You think, oh, that wall's still there. But literally, so once I realized that it is for the family, it is for them. I must have my own happiness to make them happy, not expect them to make me happy. That's when I truly find happiness, and that's just why every day I live is it's amazing. It's weird. It's weird because I
Okay.
think it might end, but it won't end.
Yeah.
You
No, I
know,
love it. Crystal's like, if either of you ever decide to use your powers to take over the world, I think it would happen. And putting you
you're
guys
part of
together
the
would happen
crystal.
quickly. No one would be as was like, oh my gosh. Listen, if Annie and I use our power to take over the world, it will be a great world
Hmm.
because we see people as collaborators. Like, think about it, guys. Think about it. If you're still watching here, okay? Annie and myself are people who publish books. If you think about it, that's a competition, but we don't see each other as that. Instead, we pull each other to say it's a collaboration. There's 8 billion people. Hello? There's enough jobs for everybody if you really think about it, right? It's just
More,
that
more, more
scarcity
than
mindset. It's, yeah,
yeah, no, no,
huge.
totally. Like, it is. It's a mindset thing, right? It really is. It's a mindset
It
thing. They
is.
say once, I think once anyone who works at the mindset conundrum, life becomes so much better. So
Mm-hmm.
I do audios. I talk about mindset pretty much every day because I've taken on a mission to share what I've learned. And I do so because it's simple, but it has so much impact. So a year ago, 2 years ago, I wasn't talking about mindset at all. That was not my thing. No. Whereas now, I know, and all I do is I don't try and be like Dr. Leslie Flowers. She's a mindset genius. She's done it for like 45, 50 years, probably, right? That's not me. I'm not a mindset coach. I just want people to almost again plant this seed that you can, because you really, really can. You know,
Yeah,
and
you have to
I
believe in yourself. Yeah,
truly, truly. I said no. I remember when I didn't believe in myself. Right? It's not I didn't believe in myself. That's a bit drastic. I remember I think in all of us there's that bit of fear. Is it what if it goes wrong? What if I lose my customers? What if the website goes down? Just what ifs that stop us doing anything we want to do. I'm so keen that everyone sort of gets rid of that and realizes that no, think the other way. What if I do succeed? What if I do make it? What if I do create that thing? What if the world does love what I do, what I've created?
you never
That's
know until you start.
yeah, and but that's how every successful person, everyone who's ever found fits fame, happiness, success, riches. That's how they all start.
Mm-hmm.
Bezos in his garage. I'm saying Bill Gates in a bedroom. I could carry. I'm saying everyone starts tiny.
Yeah,
Like we have, like everyone else, like we know is as well. That leg up. Saying, but that leg up starts with your mind. If you think you can't, you can't. You won't. If you think you can, I tell you, the possibilities are truly endless.
it
You
is.
know.
I think when you start having doubts and fear about the what if situation on the of the negative side, like what if I don't? Because I feel like there's fear, right? Like if you think of fear as identity, like this is fear. But what if I take this fear out? What happens next?
Mm,
Nothing. Nothing. Just keep going, right? And I
mm,
think
mm.
people are fear of judgment. I think that's what it is. We are fear of being judged. But if you really think about that, right? Who's judging? Are they perfect? Who cares if they're judging? I
Exactly.
really,
Okay.
I think I stopped giving a hoot when people judge me, because people are like Dr. Leland. When they see me, I teach neuromarketing in the doctoral level. Obviously, I don't have my purple hair when I go to a classroom, but I'm at a doctoral level. I'm 5 feet tall, and my students are really tall, and I look young, even though I'm closer to 50. But I look young. It's not my fault. My Asian genes kicks in. But here's the thing: they somehow have that judgment that because you look young, your height is not there. Somehow your brain is also smaller and you can't think
Mm,
further. I don't. And if you look cute and you're a professor and you're a doctor, somehow you're dumb, Bambi, whatever. And then when I open my mouth and I put them in their place, they're like, "Oh, I get it now." I'm like, "Yep. Anything else? Any more conversation?" Like,
any other questions?
yeah. right? And they just kind of quiet. And then when they do the project, because I'm not the teacher that will just talk all day, or I can't anyway, it's just too much.
Mm,
I
mm,
will do lecture for an hour, but after that, it's hands on. Like, now we learn this, so now put it in action. Because when you do something, when you're testing something in real life and in ground, it actually makes you think more and you will remember more rather than sit there and veg out and like, okay, after
mm,
that you don't even remember what the heck I said, nothing. But if you actually test it and like, wow, this doesn't work, and you kind of percolate in your head, you're like, why doesn't it work, right? And if you have ADHD like me, it's even worse, because then you're like focusing like work, and then you're trying to figure out. And that's the hands-on part, that's the
mm,
experience that I want all my students to know. It's like, we're not going to talk about theory, we're going to learn because it's theory that we need to learn, but make it work for you. How do you make it work? Freaking test it. How would you know if
mm.
it works, if it doesn't? Test it. That's why I always test people when I give them homework. Guys, when I give you homework, that means I love you. I care enough about you to think about you, to do something for you. If I don't give you homework, no comment. Like,
I mean, and you're being nice.
yeah.
One of my coaches told me that nice, NICE stands for nothing inside cares enough.
Mm,
So and, I'm very sure, as I've done lecturing, for years when I was younger. I'm very sure your students they'll thank you in years to come. They'll thank you the rest of their lives, really. It is that doing. I said it's easy to create dependency. Again, that's why I say I co-create with my clients, my friends. I want them to learn, and to do that. What you're saying, test yourself, test your model, test yourself.
yep.
If it works, I happily say, look, so long, good luck. I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
You do, you carry on. If you need me, call me. Otherwise, my job here is done. That's my favorite saying.
Yeah.
My job here is done. I'm going somewhere else now.
Um, I wanted to also end this conversation with this. There was this famous guy who does a lot of TED Talks, came to my live stream, and I think he had like millions of like views on his live stream, and he gave me this, and I love this. It says, "Stay." Think of stay when you're with your clients, when
Mm,
you're doing something on social media, when you're elevating people. Stay. And I'm like, what does that mean? Stop thinking it's about you.
mm,
It's not.
mm,
It's about the people you're trying to help.
yes.
And a lot of people, when they say, oh, I'm going to help others, they actually put themselves right
Mm,
here that they can't be reached. And the people they're trying to help right here, not at the same level, right? So you're not really helping that person. You're
mm,
trying to help yourself elevate and just kind of comparing yourself to that person. They're lower than
yeah.
you. They
Yeah.
stop thinking about you. It's not about you. It's about the other people, right? If you think about us right now, it's not even about us that we're working so super hard. It's about our kids. It's about our future.
Mm,
It's about what future that we're giving them, right? Because we already had a lot of things that we could learn differently. But now it's about our kids and it's about our great grandkids. So, I want to end this live show right now asking you, not this one. If this is your last day today on this earth, what would be your parting message to your current and future families in terms of living their life, their legacy, and their impact?
oh, that's a big one, right? No, again, everything's big until you choose to make it simple. Again, deep down, it's a simple thing. Based on what you're saying, that stay thing, I don't want to let that go by, right? I think, I might take the stay, what was it called? Acronym. That's the word, right? I might take that to the next level and say, for me, I don't know. I think of the people I'm working with, but I think of the people they're working with. I want them to serve their people even better as a result of working with me. That's truly that's why I say, literally, it's not about me. It's about your customers. Which is a different level of thinking, which partly answers your question, Dr. Leyland, in the sense that Yeah, I guess create solutions that truly work. Start there. Create something that the world needs. Don't just do what everyone else does. So I'm very big on whatever it is you do it your way. Again, dare to define your unique way of doing things. It's not just about doing things, it's about doing things your way. Because I think we're all uniquely gifted, all of us. If only we realize this, so we can, we're gifted with a solution to a problem, whatever that is. And I always use the example of as a bread knife. You got your thing, you got your thing in front of you, right? I'm saying I would use a bread knife as an idea because I think of the bread knife. Who needs a bread knife? That's a rated edge knife that we all have in the kitchen, right? Who needs one really? Do you need one? Think about it.
Yeah,
Do you need
I
one?
have
Do
a
you
bread
actually need
knife.
one? Right. Do you need one? Look, could you live without one?
Yeah, I could. I use a steak knife sometimes to cut my bread. Yeah.
Right. I'm saying that we all have this thing in our kitchen, right? Someone created, someone dreamt of that. That was someone's solution for the world. I'm saying, but deep down, the last time I cut bread was a very long time ago. There's many, our bread comes sliced anyway, and there's many other ways you can slice bread quite easily without a bread knife. You can slice it with a normal knife if you wanted to, right? I'm saying, so don't think your idea is too dumb. It's too simple. If you think it and the words, if it solves a problem, create it. That's my message to my son. To my son who's 15. Create something. Try and help the world. Of course, after you create it, make sure the people who need it, who can benefit from it, know about it. Don't think it's only a small idea. Why can't it become the biggest idea ever? Edison and his light bulb. I'm saying everything that's created around us, someone created. My family, my friends, my kids. Why not you? That's what fuels me. That's one of the things that fuels me. Why not me? Why not you, Annie? Really? Why not you? I don't know. I can't answer the question. I can never say why it shouldn't be me. So that's why I do what I'm saying. I will do what I do. I will carry on reaching for the stars. And again, of course, if you can aim so high and do the work it takes, let's see where it gets you. You may just reach the moon, but who needs to reach the moon? No one does really. But how high can you go then? If you're in the stars, is that good enough? Of course, that's good enough. Because the alternative, to have no idea, not to have dreamt big enough, not to try and think small. Where are you going to get to? Nowhere. Right. That's my message all around. Create it, get it out there, and push it as much as you need to do the work it takes to get everyone to benefit from what you do. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's it. Write your book too, by the
Hard
way.
work. No, it takes hard work to get there. People don't see like, oh, you're everywhere. Yeah, it takes hard work and preparation, right? For me, people think I'm just a full-time content creator. Guys, I work 6.5 hours as a live instructor. Right now, I'm teaching business law, international law, business accounting. My students are giving me a hard time on business accounting because they learn it from 7:35 to 10 p.m. No one wants to think math anymore. And then I do social media marketing. I teach
Wow.
people in the business community for the university on how to do social media marketing. They don't like to see numbers, but numbers are important. The most important thing is the feedback that you're getting with those numbers. Numbers can lie to you in terms of how you spin it, right? Numbers never lie, but how you spin the numbers ethically makes a
Yeah.
huge difference for me. And so
Yeah.
I have to teach them, make sure you are accurate because it will come bite you. Okay. Make sure when you open your mouth, as soon as you open your mouth as a business owner, you think about the future, not right now, because it will come bite you. right? 10 years from now. So make sure you are accurate with that. So thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you, Annie, for your thoughts. I know you're a busy man. We have an audio room every Sunday at 7:30 a.m.
Right,
PST.
we're starting this Sunday, right?
Yep, I'm gonna do the marketing today so we can have it. We can share it for Sunday's audio room, and we're gonna talk. The discussion really is about what inspires you to do what you do and who inspires you, right? Because
Come and share.
the whole
Come
topic,
and share, please. Come and share with us. You know.
yeah, it will be
Yeah.
an amazing time for us. Well, thank you so much, everybody, and
There's a question for you, Dr.
sure.
Constance. See, one of them, so someone I know wants to apply, but they couldn't upload the video from their phone to with the form, right? Well, no, well, is there a process to submit a video if there's a problem attaching it to the form? Do you know what I
No,
mean?
you can't attach the video to the form right now. We're not doing the video. So how
Okay.
it works with 50 Inspirational is you apply, and I'm literally physically going one-on-one in the application and look for your visibility, right? Because inspirational leaders inspire. That means you are on LinkedIn. Do I ask you to be there for vegging out? No. Do I ask you to post every day? No. But to inspire people, Annie, you have to do something.
Yeah,
You
you have
can't
to be seen. You have to be heard.
you can't inspire sitting here and just voting on the side, right? To
No.
inspire people, you need to be visible.
Mm.
Am I asking if you have 10,000 followers or 15,000 followers? No. What I'm asking is, are you consistent
Mm.
with your helping? Some
Mm.
people have 200 followers and they're so amazing at different platforms, but no one paid attention to them. Those are the people that I want to attract. The people who have heart, the people who wants to help others, but never get a chance and never get a break. I helped someone last year on 50 Inspirational. They had 1,500 followers and they are now at 6,000 in the year, right? Because they work at it. It's not an instant where like, you're on CJ's 50 Inspirational, I'm gonna have all this follow. No, you need to be consistently inspiring. The point of 50 Inspirational is that you're inspiring, right? It could be anywhere else, but you need to be present on LinkedIn because this is about LinkedIn. There's going to be networking. The video is not there yet. You can't create the video until you apply and also be visible. So right now for the application, there's quite a bit of people already, but I'm thinking of stopping it early if I get a lot more people because I'm one person trying to get in there, right? But that's the key. Once you create a video, most people have their phone, like iPhone, and I'll give you the Google Drive. You just drop it on Google Drive. You don't have to do nothing. If you have a hard time dropping it, you're like, CJ, I just can't. Come talk to me. Maybe we can Zoom and I can take it out. Or maybe you just don't, like, you want to represent yourself and you're like, I don't want a cell phone. I want to really represent myself. This is a chance for me that I could not even fathom. And you're like, CJ, I just need recording. I probably will spend time with you using StreamYard or some other platform I use to record it with you, right? I will do it, but make sure that it's not a one-time deal. This is a relational publicity, right?
Yeah.
So make sure that you present yourself in a professional manner, but fun, like have fun. Life is too short to be so serious, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
I think I couldn't agree more. Again, have fun. I think that everything you're saying it goes back to having that purpose, right? And that genuine purpose to be, a helpful person and it's someone who, is genuine. I said I think everything starts then. If that's what you intend to be, then showing up, inspiring people. Again, we're not saying come and give leader speeches everywhere you go. That would be frankly disingenuous, really. Just show up, be yourself. Say where you can add to the conversation. Where you can inspire, right? I don't know
Yeah,
whether we're
but you
frozen.
have to be present. You can't just be the cheerleader in the back, like, oh, because now you're not visible. Visibility is everything. I'm gonna provide you visibility, but you should have an existing visibility so I can amplify it. Amplify. I'm an amplification, right? Think of me as a boombox.
Mm.
Yeah.
It is nice. The amplifier is what your program is really.
Hmm.
The rest of it is the people have to do their thing to be amplified.
That's right. Right. You have to have something to be
Mm,
amplified. I don't
yeah.
create it for you. You have to create it yourself, right? Because we're partners. Um, right? Like you have your own mama. I'm not your mama. I literally will just partnering up with you so
Yeah,
that
no,
I can
there's a billion LinkedIn users.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you can't mother all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I repel users. Okay, I have enough of those. I repel. I don't got time for those. I want people who wants to do something. They have a coaching program. They have whatever program. They want to help other people, but they just need that one person to like amplify them. That would be me, right? I'm not looking for a lot of subscribers, but I am watching your visibility, meaning how much or how often and what are your messages out there. I'm not LinkedIn, obviously, but I'm going to be looking at your Instagram. I'm going to be looking at your TikTok. Literally, I'm going to be a professional stalker on your social media to give you that amplification. But thank you for that question, Annie. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone being here today. We are definitely over, but I love this conversation and I love Annie. So I will see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. PST on the TV show, and then on Sunday with Annie at 7:30 a.m. PST, and then on Sunday with me on 7 p.m. PST for another TV show, and that one's a lecture Sunday. All right, bye everybody. Thank you so much for being
is there a
here.
link to the TV shows, or how do
Yes,
we? Okay, please.
YouTube is all there. The YouTube actually will get there, and then the TV network is you have to have an app. If you're on Apple or if you're in Roku TV, if you're in Google, download E360 app, and then you will find me on there.
Okay,
And
so
I'll send you
give
guys a link on how to download the app
please,
because I have that
please
video.
do. Good.
Yeah, and then you can watch yourself on TV and the conversations that we're having.
Yeah, I'm a great believer in TV, especially in this day and age. Before when TV was all mainstream, it was very hard to get on TV. Right now, these days, you make it. People like you make it easy. So
Yep,
that's a joy. That's like for someone like me. So I want to get my clients on TV. I want everyone to really know who they are. So
that's right. And we have a lot of people on our TV. We have Hollywood people in our network as well. So that's why I love. That's what I do is amplify. It makes me happy to amplify your message, your businesses, so you can be seen, heard, and provide value to our listeners, viewers, fans, however you want to call them. We appreciate.